No one knows when they're gonna die. But I do. 1 week ago, while watching a Japanese movie, I was told I had only 7 days to live. I must warn you against watching this video, because at the end of it, things are gonna happen to you. Things far beyond your control. I'm gonna tell my story, but if you don't want to suffer the consequences, I'll give you 10 seconds to leave. I always thought I was safe in my house, but a few nights ago, something happened that shook me to my core. Something paranormal. Something I can't explain. It all began with a silly decision, watching a horror movie called The Ring alone in my room on the 3rd floor. The storm raged and the thunder roared outside, rattling the windows as if begging to be let in. I was home alone. My family had gone on vacation to Osaka, and I had the house all to myself for 1 week. I thought it would be fun, so I decided to make the most of it. At 11:30, I switched off the lights, played the movie and sat down with popcorn, eyes glued to the TV. The movie sent shivers down my spine. It was about a cursed videotape. If you watched the tape, you would receive a weird phone call, then die 7 days after by the terrifying phantom of a girl who crawls out from the TV screen. My room was tucked away in the silence of the night, but I felt safe, because I always locked the door, a habit I was grateful for on this particular night. Little did I know, the real horror was yet to come from the TV screen itself. I had an eerie feeling when the cursed videotape started playing in the movie. It showed disorienting images. A creepy Asian woman in the mirror brushing her hair, ambiguous Japanese letters flickering, and a mysterious well in the middle of nowhere. I had goosebumps watching the clip. I felt as if I shouldn't be watching this. I must have trusted my guts, because as soon as the cursed clip stopped playing, the power cut out, leaving me in darkness with half a bowl of popcorn and a racing heart. Deciding to call it a night, I was startled by the ring of my phone. Why would anyone call me at this hour? I wondered, staring at the unknown number. I answered anyway. Hello? I said. There was no response, only an eerie silence. It was likely to be some sickos who had grown bored and decided to play a prank on me in the middle of the night. Just as I was about to hang up, I heard someone choking on the other end. And then came a sinister croaking noise before the line went dead.
"7 days.
I sat in bed, trembling and drenched in sweat, my vision running wild in the darkness. It felt as though a moving object flashed past, but it couldn't be. I was alone, and the door was locked. I pulled my blanket up to my chin, and although I was shaking with fear, I finally drifted off. But in the middle of the night, I woke up to the sound of TV static. The power was back and the TV was on. I turned it off and went back to sleep, but was jerked awake again, this time by a chilling touch grazing my forehead. I gasped. My eyes snapped open, panic surged through me as I glanced around. Nothing. What was happening? Had I been dreaming? No, I wasn't dreaming, because a moment later, the TV turned on, the static white noise running before my fearful eyes. I turned it off in panic and lied in bed, trying to ward off the thought that all of what was happening had anything to do with the movie I watched last night. It was 3:30 and still dark and stormy outside. I decided to watch some funny videos on YouTube to ease my racing mind, but the internet was down. I opened my photo gallery only to find 3 weird photos. Opening them, I almost had a heart attack. They were pictures of my face, distorted, smeared and blurred, much like the cursed characters in the movie. But this wasn't the scary part. What panicked me was that the photos were taken of me a few minutes ago while I was sleeping. They were taken by someone in the room. I wasn't alone. Someone had been watching me sleep. I looked around in the darkness. A shadow loomed, resembling an old woman. "Who is there?" I called, my voice dripping with fear. "Come out! Show yourself!" I regretted it as soon as I said it, because a moment later, putrid breath tickled my ear, and I knew someone was lying just next to me. Before I could react, cold hands closed around my neck, squeezing the life out of me. I felt a weight on my chest, long hair grazing against my face. The last thing I heard before I blacked out was croaking noise, similar to the one I heard on the phone. I fluttered my eyes open. I was too tired and I wanted to go back to sleep, but there was something happening around me, something that urged me to stay awake. Around my bed stood 7 figures in hooded robes, each holding a candle, except for one who was reading in Japanese from an old book. I couldn't see their faces because they were wearing a smiling no masks. I felt like I was witnessing a ritual. Was I dreaming? I tried to move, only to find my body paralyzed. The one with the book came closer, now holding a knife in his right hand. He tore my shirt. I tried to scream, but my voice was trapped in my throat. He put a hand on my mouth and used the knife to scribble something on my chest. Then, everything went black again. I came around the next day at 9:30. I was slumped in my chair, my muscles tense as a stone. What was I doing on my chair? Did I sleepwalk last night? I glanced around. Daylight seeped through my window. The storm long gone, leaving only the blur of a nightmare that had felt all too real. I checked my phone. There was no sign of the photos. Had I been dreaming? I must have. I smiled, pleased that it was all a dream. I was filled with relief, a sensation that lasted a few seconds, because just as I got to my feet, a piercing pain bolted through my chest. I unbuttoned my shirt in front of my wardrobe mirror. The sight of what I saw had me drop to my knees. Signs of claws were on my chest as if a wild cat had ripped my body. The marks were not just any marks. There was a writing on my chest. A warning. It read, "You are next." "6 days gone since I watched the videotape, and during that time, I've been looking for a way to survive this. To my surprise, there is a way out.
Kalaganashi, Shomo Baka Istitu, Matanduska, Shomo Baka Istitu, Kakakutu, Kabimona Istitu, Dazai Yogurayu Amagusa, Obana Yukuta.
The only way to stay alive is when you show the cursed clip to someone else. And what you just watched was the videotape, which means the curse is lifted from me and is transferred to you. I warned you in the beginning, but you didn't listen. I don't know who you are or where you are from, but you're gonna die 7 days from now.